You still hear quite a bit of the old commercial gear, but yeah, it's declining. That HT-37, yes sir. Oh boy, that was a beast. Oh my, and the SX-110, yeah, great radios. I had one many years. I had the pair many years ago, but I let them go for some reason or another. I don't know. I always, when I sell a radio, I always wind up regretting it. But if I didn't, to get a new radio in here, I have to sell something. I don't have any more room. Those things are beasts and monsters and take up a lot of room. But they're fun. They're just a lot of fun. And I like like my Valiant here. I like turn out the lights at night, and I still have the 866 rectifiers in it. And, sit and just bask in the purple glow as it bounces around to the CWR or to the voice peak, and it's just fascinating. But the younger generation, they're used to the little handheld radios in their hand. They call them cell phones, but they're radios. They're used to it. It just works. No magic, no nothing. It just does its thing. So, and that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But I think what's missing now is the mystery and talking to somebody way far away. They say to me, well, I can talk to anybody I want to in the world. Just call them up. Well, yeah, you got to know their number, but okay, you can. But ham radio is like fishing. You never know what you're going to catch. That's part of the attraction of it for me. Get to talk to people, faraway places, find out a little bit about what's going on in their lives. Yeah. You were talking about the growth there, and we don't have that problem out here in the middle of nowhere. There's just more cows than people out here, and like I said, we had a population of 304 before COVID. Now it's 268, because we had a lot of people who said, "Oh, COVID is a hoax." Well, they wound up having to admit that it wasn't a hoax, and a lot of them died. So, kind of cut down on our population here in the town, but that's just the way life goes, as you say, right? There are people who make good choices and people who make bad choices, and sometimes they pay for it, sometimes they don't. So, yeah. Anyway, this is farming country and cattle country out here. We run a small commercial vineyard. We grow wine grapes for the Texas wine industry, and that's what I do in my retirement to keep me busy and to keep me active. So that and amateur radio and other things, we just keep on trucking along. So I'm 77, and don't know if I'm going to make it 78, but that's okay. We just put one foot in front of the other and assume that we're headed in the right direction. N1FCU, WB5IO.
Well, that's the way to look at it. It's funny. My grandfather, before he died, I think he was 98. He drove himself into hospital and died 3 days later. He said he was always saying he's getting there, and he didn't know where he was getting, but he was getting there. Well, apparently he got where he was going, and we all will. So that's just part of the game. I'm 65. Again, I just retired a little while ago from the post office. One of my many jobs. I've had many hats over the years. Many hats. Overeducated, underpaid. Waiting to win the lottery so I can retire. That's what I used to say to people. And I retired anyway. Screw the lottery. It's useless anyways. So, yeah. There's a lot of people in this town. But the nice thing about it is I'm on the outskirts of town, so I'm not in the really busy area, but I have to go through it. All the stores and whatnot are actually 5-10 minutes away at most. So I don't have to go far, and that's handy. Where I grew up, we had to drive an hour to get to the store, so it was always an issue. When you're driving old junk automobiles, you know, it's long distance, always a roll of the dice for it. So that's okay. And this originally was a farming community, and there's still farming done here, a fair amount of it, but there's places that raise pigs and cattle to a small degree, they're slowly selling off the farmland for houses, and not cheap houses either. Oddly enough, they're $500,000 or more expensive, and with pools and that kind of thing. So it's becoming an upscale town. The taxes commensurate with that. So everything's going up as it is everywhere. It's funny. My aunt sold her house in 2019, a much bigger house than mine, in an urban area, and she sold it for a little over $300,000. The town evaluates my house for over $300,000. I have less land, maybe about the same amount of land, but this house is half the size. And I looked at it, and her house was a magazine showplace, basically. I've seen the pictures of the sales brochure. It looked like pictures out of a Home and Garden magazine. So it wasn't. It didn't look heavily lived in. Put it that way. And that's all she got for it. So why? I don't know. Why the property in this area is so high? I don't know. But, I guess it's people want to move out of the city into the country, and this still kind of qualifies for that. But the world's changing, as it always does, and leaving us behind. But that's always happened too. But nonetheless, I play radio here. I do all my own stuff. I repair all my own stuff. Plumbing, electrical, whatever. I do it all myself. I don't hire other people. I couldn't afford it anyway, so. But I'm quite capable, so that's not an issue. In fact, last year I did antenna work on my tower. And I've been up and down it many times. I can still do that, but I'm not speedy as I used to be. It's a lot more work to get up and down the tower now than it used to be, and I'm only good for once a day. It takes 2 or 3 days to recover. When I was younger, I used to just climb right up the top and hitch off, do the work I need to do, and climb down. It wasn't a big deal, but now I got to think twice about it, and I don't like doing it. It's like picking up the radio, you know. I don't like doing it, and I've been telling people for a while, I can envision a time not too far away when I can't do that anymore. And then when that happens, well, we'll deal with that when it comes to it. And, you know, if I cross the street and get hit by a bus and that's the end, well, that'll be the end, and that's someone else's problem from there. I'll open my garage door. There's a wonderful joke on the internet. Grandfather shows his grandson, "This will all be yours, son, when I kick the bucket." And the kid's looking on and going, "Ooh, ah," and then the guy opens up the garage and it's full right to the door, right to the ceiling, and he just starts laughing. I think my place will be that way. WB5 IRI N1FCU.
Yeah. All the stuff is accumulated and we just so nice and we value it and efficient and organized. And they're thinking, we don't want that stuff. We have our own stuff. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, you know, that's just life. I mean, you're not going to get all this life alive, that's for sure. So might as well just proceed with what you're doing and not worry about it. You know, for the old radios, yeah, that's the 100-pound radios out here. I love them. I love the way they look, the way they operate, but I sure do hate them moving. And work on them. Working on them is not so bad until you have to lift it. Yeah. And the tower, too. I wanted to know the tower here. AM radio in the Dubai thing, that tower. She said, okay, you can get a tower, but it has to be something you don't have to climb. No 77-year-old guy needs to be climbing the tower, and she's right. so I got an aluminum freestanding tower that you crank up and it tilts over, and it's all automatic. Just push a button and down she comes, and it's great. I tell you, I can lower it down and then lean the tower over and work on whatever antennas I want to without ever having to get off the ground. Not even a step ladder. Just work on what I need to work on, and then push a button and back up she goes. And so that has been a great thing for me, because I used to climb the towers, used to have no problem rushing up there. In fact, I enjoyed being up there, and with the climbing belt securing me at the top, looking around and enjoying the view of the neighborhood while I did what I needed to do. But not anymore. The legs won't do it. You reach a point where you just say, okay, right? Things have changed. I got to either adapt or quit, and I'd rather adapt. That's what I've been doing. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, Joe. I've got to go have lunch with a friend in about 30 minutes. So, got to go downstairs and get cleaned up, change clothes, and look presentable. So, anyway, it's good to talk to you today. You're just banging in here. Beautiful signal, doing a great job. And we'll look for you again a little further down the log. Interesting QSO, I've enjoyed it. Take care, buddy. N1FCU, WB5IRI 73.
All right, Doug. Enjoy your lunch. And I've got a radio to pull off the shelf. It doesn't weigh 100 pounds, it's just a receiver, but it isn't lightweight either. And I got to check all the tubes. I am not looking forward to that. But it beats working outside in the cold today, so which I got to do as well a little later. But nonetheless, it's been a wonderful time. Nice chat, and hopefully we'll run across each other again here when the propagation is good. WB5 IRI, N1FCU 73.